So I knew that this would happen. If you go into your local GameStop, you have to be aware of the GameStop retro sections. You have to be very mindful because a lot of the employees told me tons of information about GameStop and how ultimately you can potentially get a fake game at GameStop. That's exactly what happened to me. I went to my local GameStop Retro. I wanted to check it out and see what was being done to combat these fake games at GameStop. And essentially what happened, I got a copy of Pokemon Leaf Green version, and this game is a complete fake cartridge. Now, why would I do this? Why would I spend money on a game that is fake? Well, it's to show you that you have to be very mindful when you go out to GameStop. A lot of employees are already saying that they're getting fake Pokemon games at GameStop. So you have to be aware of this. You have to do your research. You have to take the time and educate yourself, since GameStop is not educating their employees on what these fake games are. A lot of the stores that I went into, they don't even have the bits to use. These like little tri-wing bits. They don't have them for cartridge games. They were not sent anything. So they don't test, they don't check, they don't really inspect these games when they're getting them. Now, of course, with disc-based games, you can see that in person, in hand. Same with this stuff. But a lot of them are putting these cartridges behind the counter. So you have to ask the GameStop employee to see which games they have at these GameStop retro stores. And what they're doing is every store can take in trade-ins of these video games, and only certain ones get sent more and more retro games as time goes on. And essentially, if the games don't sell at their local GameStop, they'll also be sent over to the GameStop retro stores. So those are going to be more like the hubs where they get all of this retro stuff. Now, mine had a pretty decent mix of Xbox 360, some Xbox, they had PlayStation 3, some PlayStation 2. They didn't have like any PS1 games, but they did have GameCube games. Now, I didn't really see much in the way of NES, Super Nintendo, N64, but they might have had a couple games of each of those, but just some of the common ones, and the deals aren't that bad either, especially if you're getting real games, not these repro games. So they do offer some sort of, money back, so you can take this back as a return. But that's the thing that could be essentially tricky for GameStop. People could take advantage of their trading credit. They can take advantage and trade in these fake games and hoping that someone unsuspecting out there might purchase them and not know the difference. Where they don't see the little imprint. They see how this looks shiny and new as opposed to, how a realistic game or card or sticker looks. And then, of course, the font is always just a little bit off on these games. And most of the time, the board is a telltale giveaway. You could tell the difference between a real cartridge and a fake one. So I'm not too sure why this is being, a big thing that's happening at GameStop. Is it that some of the employees don't care, they're uneducated, they just don't know that people are going to take advantage of this? And then you have people like me who just go in there thinking they're getting a great deal on a game. Now, I knew that this one was fake, but, you just want to see what is going to happen with this. Are they going to start sending out the bits and the different screwdrivers to check the games? Are they going to have consoles as time goes on to test these games? Or are they just going to eventually send everything back to the warehouse? Can you order that stuff? Will they send out the fake games like they have in the past? I just need to know these questions. Now, what I did like at my local GameStop is they actually printed out a list of GameCube games that they have. But unfortunately, they don't tell you if it's a complete in-box game with the manual, with the disc. But it gives you all the prices and all the games that they have in stock. So I do like that the employees are willing to help you out. They are willing to show you what is in their system, what you can buy online. We just really have to be careful with something like fake games. You just have to be very mindful. You have to be alarmed when you go into these locations, and certainly take advantage of the deals. If they have extra trading credits and you know that it's something, that you can make a little bit of money on by trading in. We all know that they're most of the time at a lower price of trade-ins compared to, other places, or if you sell them yourself. But a lot of local stores will do the same thing. They only give a certain percent because they know that they have to take the time, the money, the effort, and just everything else to potentially sell that game for a profit. And then also, just GameStop, they have those deals for pro members. You get a certain percentage off, and it's like a one-time fee for that year, which I am a pro member. And then you also get that $5 off coupon every start of each month. So those are like the best times to take advantage of it. Use your points, get those deals, and just see if you can find GameStop to have some of these games, but just be really mindful about the fake games that are going in and out. It seems like the one near me that actually got them, this was not the first fake game that they got, and they are starting to be a little bit more mindful, but that's because they are interested in it, not necessarily GameStop training them to be like that. So I'm curious to know, have you gotten a fake game at GameStop? Have you seen them before? And what do you think about GameStop Retro? Do you think that they have this whole design where they can keep going through with the future because things are going more digital as opposed to physical? Do you think GameStop is going to make it? And what are some ways that we can help this continue on so that they don't go under? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.